Yeah. Okay. Well, again, another tough loss for the NBA today with Paul Westphal, and what he's meant to our game and our league. So thoughts and prayers and love to his family. Um, and just wanted to get that out before we started into the game and with questions. Tyrese will be out tonight. He'll be out the rest of the road trip. We're going to reevaluate him in Sacramento. He got a test done yesterday. All came back negative, but he's pretty sore and can't really move very well right now. So we're going to shelf him for the next 2 games and hopefully get him back. But we'll get a much clearer understanding when we get back into Sacramento.
We will start today with Katie Hunter.
I was just saying, I'm sure there's probably some more questions about Tyrese, but I wanted to ask you specifically kind of about the difference between the start of the season last year in comparison to this year. Obviously an 0-5 start and going 3-2 and being so competitive this season. What are your thoughts on the difference for you guys with this start of this season?
Well, I think the main difference, Katie, is the group as a whole was much more ready for the type of play that NBA, the regular season requires. I felt like going into last season, we were in a good place and we were all getting to know each other. But we really hadn't turned up the intensity to where it needed to be to really compete and try to win some of those early games. And, we learned from that. And we obviously having even though it was a shorter training camp, being home for it so we could really get after each other each and every day helped in that too. But I just thought the readiness from a physical and mental standpoint was much more to par to where it needed to be this season.
Sean Cunningham.
Hey, Luke. And talking about Tyrese, obviously he's had such an immediate impact with your team here through the first few games. Just how do you go about replacing him, I guess, starting tonight?
Yeah, he's been good for us, and he's tough because he does a little bit of everything. As far as he deflections and steals, playmaking. And what he's done a really nice job of is hitting clutch shots, and we've needed them in those final couple minutes of the games we've won. So just like when any of the guys go down, it's up to the group to make up for that. And you'll get some. We'll get some more minutes and opportunities for guys who haven't had it yet, and we need them to be ready and alert and ready to help us continue to compete.
James Ham.
Hey, Luke, how are you?
Good, James.
So with Haliburton out, what is the next step? Who is it that has to step up in your mind and be that next player to take up at least some of those minutes?
Well, it's the group as a whole that needs to make up what he does. But as far as the players that will get more opportunity, we'll be first will be Glenn and Kyle. Will be the 2 that are going to get some minutes that haven't been getting minutes, and then other guys who have been playing big minutes will need to continue to do it as we try to replace Ty.
G-Man.
Coach, going against the same opponent for a second consecutive time, which has been a theme through this first part of the season, any significant tweaks for this second game against the Rockets?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple defensive scheme things we're going to do a little bit different this time around. I think it's a good experience for our group to go through. A lot of our breakdowns last game came on just not either knowing or having the experience of when we got switched on to certain players, what their tendencies are. So we really talked about doing, make sure we do our homework, make sure we study that film. So, we do a lot of switching so far this season. When you're guarding John Wall, you got to know what his tendencies are as a player. When you're guarding Cousins, you have to know what his tendencies are. So a lot of the breakdowns came from that. So we're not going to switch that up. We just need it and expect it to get better this time around.
Mark Jones.
Hey, Luke, what's going on, man? Belated Happy New Year to you. Just curious, with how would you characterize where you guys offensively are in terms of having all your stuff in and what you have in, how that's been running, and two, what Harrison has contributed so far and the significance of his contribution?
Harrison's been great. He's had a very solid start to the season for us. We asked him to do a lot, from playing multiple positions to guard, on offense and defense, guarding. I've still encouraged him to continue to look to be as aggressive as possible offensively. I really think we're going to need his offense this year, and I think he's done a nice job of that. But I want him to continue to look for as many scoring opportunities that we can get. So he's been great for us. As far as where we are with the offense, we've kind of settled on a few sets for now, just with the amount of minutes that with certain groups we keep it to a simple amount of sets. The guys that were playing last year, in part of the major minutes, when they're in together, we open that playbook up a little more.
Jason Jones.
Hey, Luke, how you doing?
Good, Jason.
Looking at DeAaron and his three-point shot, I think he got up 7 the last game, but his career, he hasn't been a high level or proficient three-point shooter. How do you balance with him? You want him to be aggressive, but also trying to figure out what are the best looks from three for a guy like that who's still developing that shot.
Yeah, I think his what makes him special is his ability to attack the rim, to draw defenses to him, to create for others. So that's always what we want him doing first, be in attack mode all the time. The way people guard him, there's going to be times where that we're first the catch and shoot three. We always, we want that. And there's going to be times where the teams are going very far under that. We want that shot too. But, for the most part, even with that shot, we want to look to attack first, and then take that shot as if we haven't been able to find something as the shot clock is getting down.
Marshall Harris.
Hey, Luke, Happy New Year. I wanted to ask about just the experience of being on the road. I know you did it for the preseason, but how different is this year on the road compared to maybe just a regular road trip, and also your time in the bubble?
It is different. It really is. And city to city is different. Here in Houston, it's strange because there's actually people everywhere. I mean, the hotels, there's people walking around having dinners and everything else, which is, its own unique experience right now, because we're trying to stay away from people as much as possible. But there's a lot of downtime in the hotel rooms, as far as maybe with one other coach and watching a game or whatnot. We're in the bubble. We knew everybody was safe within that bubble, so we could go out to group dinners and this and that. So, even though we're not in a bubble, I'd say there's even more isolation, at least so far on these road games.
We have time for a few more questions. Tony Harvey.
Yeah, Coach Walton. Yeah, welcome to a new year, my man. Wanted to roll back a couple games when we discussed, you saying that you want to look at the Phoenix film again, going to the next game after that. And what is your commentary on how you use those film sessions, and what are you trying to get across? What are you looking for technical? Not trying to give away a scouting report or anything like that. Just want to get your commentary of what are you trying to focus on when you guys are sitting around there looking at certain game plays and situations.
Well, as a coaching staff, when we watch them, what we're trying to really dive into is what's our team doing good? What adjustments can we make? Where do we need to shift our time and efforts to the players? And then the film that we actually show the players is normally mainly to do with teaching, because this is for this season is going to be the most time we have, compared to practice, and anything else is going to be film sessions. So we try, we decide where we're trying to go as a group, and then what we show the players is, look, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it looks like when it's good. This is what it looks like when it's bad, and just, get repetitions of those type of clips throughout.
Last question for Coach Jason Anderson.
Hi, Luke. Happy New Year, sir. Hey, any personal experiences with Paul Westphal or insights into, what kind of a person he was?
No, I mean, I've met him. He's always been an extremely nice, caring person from what I can tell. But obviously there's certain players that just impact our game as a whole, the NBA, certain people, and he's one of those guys. And I think we all reap the benefits of where our game has gone, and he's one of those people that has helped get it to that place. So more just love for what he's done for our game that provides us all so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll see you after.